And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Let me make sure the audio is coming through loud and clear as per usual. You know the rules. You know the rules. Is it coming through clear? Are we good? Is everything good? Okay. Everything. Every theme. Thing's good. This is going to be dodgy because if I get any notifications, it's going to send a vibration through this. Ooh, I didn't think this through. Can you all hear me? Why am I looking at the mic and not the lens? Are we good? It seems that we're good. There's no reverb, and I'm in sync, finally. With all that testing done, let me remove this softly. And maybe I should just, maybe, I don't know. Hold on a minute. Uno momento. You're going to hear a little vibration. Ignore that. What vibration? You heard nothing. I look forward to one day where I'll just whip up the Vita Coco, sponsored by Vita Coco. Greetings, everyone. It is I, your one and only host, the Cosmic Jedi. Welcome back to my channel. It's 12 a.m., and of course, the Night Owl Cosmic Jedi is yet again doing a live stream. I'm not here to be normal. Normal people who do normal YouTube videos record in the daytime. Me? Not only am I not normal or human, and beyond godhood, I don't record my videos in regular daytime like regular people. I record at night because it's where we like to record. Yes. Without further ado, let me get into it. I just wanted to do a little rant today. I finally saw the Penguin Show. Goodness gracious, sir. Goodness gracious indeed, sir. Goodness. It's good. Very good. Very good. I've recorded my reaction to it, my review. When I'm done with this live, I do a quick edit, upload for you guys to watch. I don't want to spill what I said in here. I want you guys to look forward to seeing that one. This one is about this year so far. I've only enjoyed a few shows. I think Peripheral we watched last year. I think I could be wrong. It was either this year or last year. Outer Range on Amazon Prime, season 2. Season 1 was good. Few weird things, but season 1 was very good. Season 2 came out, and there was some strange things that I felt didn't need to be there. It's like the director likes this weird I don't know, there's a thing they do where it obscures your mind. It's like you watch, I don't know. When like two or three episodes are going good, somewhere down the line something weird and odd and uncomfortable for viewers like myself occurs in one or two episodes consistently. It's not a quick thing. It's a thing they pay attention to and they draw out for too long. And those are the things that take me out of the show. I'm like, I thought you were talking about this concept, this grand scheme of things, and now you're throwing in this weird. What are you doing, basically? So, I mean, I still enjoyed it. Don't get me wrong. Then my friend The Constance got me to start watching Silo. That was good. So we have Peripheral, Silo, Outer Range, and then Apple TV dropped Dark Matter. Now that's a beautiful TV show. Beautiful. The end, however, but it's beautiful. So I'm since my childhood seen gimmicky movies, comedies. I love my comedies, but I love intelligent, sharp stories. I don't like stories that get drawn out and just dragged for no reason. When I started watching Lost, I loved that. At some point, I just fell off and stopped watching it. I didn't even think I was capable of starting with the show and following the seasons and realizing Not really interested anymore. I didn't think I was physically capable or mentally capable of doing that till I found out other people actually did the same thing with the Lost TV show. So I thought I was the only one, or not the only one, but I thought it was a weird, unique, minute people. Only a small select group of people could do this. So when I heard people were like, "Yeah, Lost got boring and people just dropped off," I was like, "Oh, shite, that's okay, cool. I'm not the only one." So that means you can lose your audience after a while if you don't even know how to end your show. Or do you have to have an ending for your show as well? Is that necessary? You know? Um, I don't know. I don't know. It just felt like uh they'd lost the juice. My brother feels not he feels the same. Oh, that didn't come through. That sounded like a fart. He feels the same way a bit when it comes to Stranger Things. I, on the other hand, don't. I love let me wait, let me be careful with my words right now. Let me be careful with my words. I love the whole Stranger Things vibe. First season, of course, hands down, the best. If I was to rank them, first season number one for me, third season number two, second season number three, fourth season number four. And I hope the third season is the one that has the never ending story song thing. Yeah, because that one just had just chunks of awesome, just goodness, consistent goodness, intention. One, two, three, one. Just cons. I was like, dude, there's no break, no rest. God, this is good TV right here. Good TV. So I'm saying this to say, over the years, I've been used to quality television or quality movie watching experience and TV watching experience, quality storytelling, right? I started watching Agatha All Along recently, and I always say, and I imagine everyone else says this, if you can't hit your audience with the first episode, you can drop the first three episodes in day one. It's cool to do. It's a cool gimmick. It's a cool thing to do. But in terms of storytelling, I wouldn't say you should or you have to drop the first two episodes or the first three episodes. You don't have to. I think that's a new thing they started recently. Oh, I could be wrong. Maybe it's a thing they did way in the past, a pilot and two more episodes. I don't know. But episode one, 15 minutes into episode one, it's got to be like I can't even stop watching. I was going to shower right now, but now I got to see it through. I was going to do my quick dinner, but I'm going to do Deliveroo or a takeaway or something because the show is so good. You're like, nah. I didn't know what the hell Outer Range was till I saw the trailer. I watched episode one, hooked. First 15 to 20 minutes, hooked. You know, Western, time travel, parallel reality, so much going on aside from the weird things. You got Josh Brolin. I'm thinking to myself, this is the guy who was good acting in Sicario. He played Thanos. What's Thanos doing on a ranch with time travel and all other weird phenomena going on? I'm here for it. Then you got, for like a better term, I beg your pardon because I haven't studied well enough, but I know there are other terms to call the people of the Americas that I'm going to use right now. Native Americans, you got culture, you got ancient stuff. Dude, I was like, we're here for it. They hit you with it, episode one, two, and three. Then they dip, not dip like fall. They cruise. We got you now. We're cruising. We're cruising. What happened? How did we get here? And they peak again, and they cruise again. That's Then peripheral, Matrix, augmented reality, VR stuff. If I get hurt in the VR world, do I get hurt in real life? Like future stuff as well. Come on, come on. And then you drop Agatha All Along. I'm like, what? Your first episode has to have people hooked. And not everything has to always be comedy, comedy. In fact, you can play with the audience, not like mislead. Okay, mislead. Sorry, not insult the audience. You can do a thing where we started off thinking and hoping it's going to be a comedy, and then boom, ain't nobody laughing no more. We ain't in Kansas anymore. It's real. You know, have a theme, have something coming through the woodworks, and it's going after powerful people or potentially powerful people, and we're thinking, well, Agatha doesn't have her powers anymore, so why is this thing or why are these things coming after Agatha? then there's a potential of Agatha getting her powers back. And even though if her powers aren't back yet, we don't care. These entities want all witches dead at all costs because they're a potential threat to these things coming back. Off the bat, you already have me. So as she's doing her, it's Agatha. Yes, of course, I've got the power. Even that, oh my god. I was like, dude, you can't come back with that. You just can't. You gotta come. That's what she said. You gotta come hard. Definitely what she said. You gotta come correct, man. You gotta come sharp. Otherwise, just don't bother, man. Pro last media. Greetings, brother. All excited. Oh, I was going to get there, man. I was definitely going to get there for the Marvel stuff. And it sucks. It really, 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 really sucks. Really sucks. Um, they dropped the what did they drop recently? The Thunderbolts trailer, and I wanted to be 100% on board, 100% excited, but nah, they ain't got it like that. I'm watching it thinking, what's the point? What maybe they need to do a singular. I don't know. I don't know. Everyone would argue they should probably follow. Not everyone. There are some people I imagine who would argue they should follow the same formula they did with each Avengers uh, characters. They had well, most of them had their own movies. I don't know if you can pull off that same formula for every, not every, but some of the new characters in the Thunderbolts team. Pardon me. Hope that mic didn't pick it up. This mic is so strong. If I fart, you guys will probably hear it. Yeah, I was even questioning myself internally, like, am I getting to that stage where am that old guy just ranting? Dude, I remember when Avengers Infinity War came out, and I was like, that's it. Like, I don't think it's gonna get this good. I didn't know how they were gonna, do Endgame. I was like, I don't think you can make it this. I mean, Endgame is good, but Infinity War is just is it's up there. It's Infinity War and then Endgame for me. Some people might have it the other way around. Some people might feel Endgame is their number one, and then Infinity War number two. But for me, Infinity War is number one, and then Game is a solid number two. It's like the beginning, sexy, the middle where they were doing the time heist or getting to the time heist, and the time heist was a little sluggish. Then when everything came full circle, Thanos came into the party. Then it peaked again. So if I was to remove that chunk, the whole of Infinity War, and then I'm having to. This is why I like to say when I watch movies sometimes, and if it's like if this chunk of your movie or whatever, if I just slot something out of your movie, the whole thing crumbles. This is why I despise and abhor Spider-Man 2 and 3. They are non-movies for me. The substance in the movie is not powerful enough because all I need to do is remove one and two things. Just one, two, and the movie is done. And then Spider-Man 3, remove that one, two again. In fact, it's one thing. It's one thing. So what Spider-Man 2 and 3 did perfectly is character assassinate um, Tony Stark and Doctor Strange. But we're not talking about that. So before Infinity War, almost every movie I was looking forward to. In fact, did I say every movie? Every movie, yeah. Every movie in all phases I was looking forward to. There wasn't a movie that they had announced. I was like, I don't want to see that one. I think the only movie I wasn't too sure about the first time is Guardians of the Galaxy. Because I think in the back of my mind, I was like, well, we're already used to these characters. Why the hell should I care for these new ones? And then who are these actors? And yada yada yada. And Drax, especially with the trailer, Drax being the way he is, so literal that I was like, I don't know how long I can take that. Groot, I am Groot. I'm like, okay, cool. That thing could get tiring after a while. Even though he has this dopey demeanor, can he fight? As long as you can pull off the action, you can do whatever you want with Groot. So I was like, okay, cool. Rocket, however, I fell in love with him instantly. Because I love Ratchet and Clank when I play my games, and I thought, yeah, this guy feels like Ratchet and Clank. So he's smart, into weapons, and I can see him doing some damage. Like if he had gauntlets, for example, he could be this ratty version of Yoda, but without the whole zen and calm down. Uh, Fight you must not. Nah, you rip out your eyeballs. So I was like, okay, cool. I could get down with Rocket, Quill, and everyone else. mm, I was like, the movie comes out, absolutely fell in love with it instantly. Instantly. I was like, okay, my bad. My bad. I apologize. It was my bad. I'm here for it. I'm here for the sequels. And as I'm watching these guys, a lot of us are now doing, I wonder how they would team up or how they would pair up with this guy. What if Quill would pair up with Tony Stark? What if Quill paired up with Black Widow? What if Hawkeye paired up with Gamora? So a lot of us were doing that already. So that creating that whole world of new characters and allowing them to play in this sandbox. I was like, I'm here for it. So every movie I was really excited for. Even when they announced um Captain America Winter Soldier 2, I was like, I don't want a second Captain America. Because the first movie was okay. It was right. Didn't really like the costume, but it was cool. In fact, I actually wanted more. I wanted more, I wanted to see more action, more of the Howling Commandos, like really undercover missions. I wish if they were to do a flashback thing or time travel, they could pull that off in a What If series. I don't know if they're going to do it in the third season, but I think they could really focus on if they did an animation version, like a backstory of you know a lot of the missions Captain America and the Howling Commandos went on. I would watch that. I don't know about live action because Chris Evans. I don't know how he'd feel about doing a flashback show, or I'm not sure, or not Marvel, a flashback Disney Plus series. Now, if they had done that, if Disney Plus came out and then they announced this was their plan to do certain flashback things with certain characters, I would have been on board with it. Instead of having to drop all these new things out of nowhere, I would have been on board with those things. So we have all the Marvel movies coming out in all the different phases. Winter Soldier, it's only the trailer that got me. Pardon me. The trailer got me instantly. I was like, okay, now y'all got me. I didn't really want a Captain America sequel because I'm like, okay, you're not going to show all the Avengers, and that was a nice way to introduce uh um Sam Wilson, Falcon. Nice, subtle, beautiful way to do it. And then other Shield agents, and then still weaving, Nick Fury as well, and other things going on behind the scenes. So it's not just superpowers and green guy and thunder hammer wielding guy and shape shifting brother of thunder. There's more substance, crisp. This thing is going on. There's the Hydra stuff. I wanted the Hydra stuff to last long. I wanted Red Skull to come back. I wanted Arnon Zola to be, you know, cl- uh, enough of a warrior close to an Ultron thing. In fact, I wanted him to overtake the Ultron thing. I wanted him to be like, yo, if you don't stop him, he might be a threat. So you shut him down, and he's just there lingering in the background, just like code, just waiting. Then Ultron comes into play, finds Arnon Zola's code. They work together, take over, boom. It becomes a global threat. Subtle, soft, 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 soft. Then you sprinkle that into your Disney Plus shows, and then we're like, yo, I thought this was the main bad guy, but it's been Ultron all along. It's been Ultron all along. Yeah, yeah. So many, just like Doctor Strange using the Time Stone. There's so many avenues. Like, oh, they could have gone here. They could have gone here. And I don't want to sound like I'm saying it now because everything's come out, and it's easy to say it now because all the shows didn't work out. No, that's why I'm using all the previous phases, because when the shows were announced, who cares about one? I was like, WandaVision, I guess. Then you have the balls to show us the trailer that she's turned this whole city or village or town into this TV sitcom thing. After you gave us all those sexy ass phases, and a movie like The Guardians of the Galaxy, where people like myself doubted it till we saw the movie. We looked forward to a sequel and another one. Although I didn't like part 2 and 3. Did I like part 2? Yeah, certain parts of 2 I liked. Just like Endgame. There's certain parts I liked, certain parts I didn't like. But part 3, nada. They did a lot of shouting. James Gunn, just got too not he. It became a James Gunn movie, not even a Guardians of the Galaxy movie. This is now a James Gunn movie starring Guardians of the Galaxy. And I was like, ah, you know what? He's done it. His fans love it. Me, the story that we were given from part one, it didn't carry over cohesively and properly. I wanted to see, Quill, keep your humor. But this is someone who's gone through so many things, especially after Endgame. That kind of experience changes people, either breaks you or it makes you tougher, and you're more caring now. You're so tight, like you don't want to lose your family again. You know, what does it look like when Quill doesn't do his jokes anymore? He's almost like a Omega, not Omega. He's now 100% warrior mode. There's no humor. He's angrier. He's not shouting. You don't have to shout to show you're angry. He's close to killing someone, without wasting too much time. Normally, he would talk himself out of it or talk the person out of it. He would negotiate. Hey, you don't have to fight. But now he's like, oh, screw it, man. I died and came back, and some of you people didn't go through the same pain. There's ways. There's ways. The third movie did not do nothing for me. Nothing. So I'm glad James Gunn left, because I didn't want him to do a fourth thing. I'm glad they left it there, because I feel that it'd have made it worse. Just like Thor. First Thor movie was cool. I still like it. Second one, just a small section of that movie I'll enjoy, as the whole beginning, middle to end. Small section. I'll skip a few bits, skip, skip, skip. There it is. There's the part. Skip, 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 all the way to the end. The third one, Ragnarok, however, oh my God. I thought Marvel would have learned from this whole, okay, we're doing something here. Let's not repeat the whole good, bad, good. It's boring. Iron Man 1, 2, and 3. Love Iron Man 1. Love it. Absolutely love it. 2, yeah, it's cool. 3, however, again, they did some things I didn't really like in 3. Didn't really like it. When I do my review on why I dislike and absolutely abhor Spider-Man 3, I'm going to link Iron Man 3 and Spider-Man 3 and 2 as well, because some people don't even pay attention. Some people do, and benign neglect and ignore it. This is why I say these things are bad, because of social. I like to show proof and receipts, so that way you can see the intelligence that the viewers are seeing, but even the writers or Marvel itself isn't aware of the cohesiveness that they have indirectly created, or directly. I didn't even see your comments, bro. Infinity War over Endgame, for sure, for sure. And I don't like to say that. I don't want to. It sounds like I'm looking at twin sisters that are both beautiful, and I'm saying I like her more. And the bodies, everything is the same. Everything. I don't want to be like, well, she's got a big ass. They are both beautiful, but it's like one of y'all can cook real good. I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm being misogynistic, but or one of you is a great artist, or one of you, I don't know, plays the guitar better than the other. You both play guitar, but one of you plays it better than the other. And that doesn't mean you're crap or you're trash. I just appreciate she plays the guitar. So I love both of them, but Infinity War, I would just always sit down and watch that beginning, middle till end, and not even skip forward. I'll skip backwards, like I said in my review. I'll always go backwards, but never forwards. I'll be like, whoa, what did he say there? Look at how he did that. Look at that move, Just like when when they did a Civil War, and when Black Panther came on the scene, when they were at the airport. Move, Captain. I won't ask a second time. God damn. That's what we call juicy right there. Juicy. Let me see your other comments as well. Yeah, Spider-Man Far From Home, especially was hollow and meaningless. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I didn't feel it was the right time to introduce Mysterio. I felt Mysterio should have been something they threw in, or they sprinkled in the first movie, to give us a heads up he's coming up. I didn't think it made sense to use um, technology per se, or Tony's tech, to further the thing. That was poor, 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 poor writing. We didn't have to go back to the AI thing he created, Barf, whatever. We did not. That was what? Out of all the things, just like I said, Doctor Strange doing the time stone, out of all the infinite choices you had, infinite ideas you could have created, you chose that. Let's link it to the Barf technology and bring it full. No, who asked for that? Full circle, full what? Full square, full triangle. No one asked for those shapes. Give us new stuff. If you wanted to carry part 2, into part 3 and say it's a cliffhanger, then you throw in Doctor Strange. If you use Mysterio, you say Mysterio dabbled in magic, mixed it with tech, but he dabbled in dark magic and thought he could get away with it because it was soft dark. It was dark magic, but just a little piece of it, and then played around with tech to give the illusion. But it's like, well, he's using dark magic, so it's affecting people on a physical scale. No, it's just an illusion. Well, but it's going into their mind. It's altering so many things you could have done. Then that's how you low-key weave in Ultron because it's tech stuff. Maybe, but you just have him there in the background or Arnon Zola in the background just whispering. Do it like this. Tweak it like this. Where's that coming from? What do you mean? Okay, you tweak it. Oh, it's just this is good stuff. Something. Then you can play with your Doctor Strange in the third one, but don't make Doctor Strange look like a fool talking about make everybody forget I'm Spider-Man. What kind of request is that? As a wizard, as a magician, you can walk into my space and I'll tell you I can do the spell for you. Make everyone forget. Even as an alchemist, I'll be like, yo, I could do that for many people. The people who got snapped away and brought back, and the people who witnessed their family members get snapped away. There was a mother giving birth and her baby got snapped away. Why didn't Doctor Strange try to do a global spell to make everyone forget that happened? And you were trying to convince me that a teenage boy can come to a sorcerer supreme who's still learning his powers. The Eye of Agamotto didn't tell him meditate and see the best way to kill Thanos. That was his action. I have this time stone. How best can I use it to solve this problem we have right now? Because if I have to find a way to do something, I could die today. I'm in space. Luckily enough, I happen to be on a planet where the air is breathable for me as a human being. I've never been to any planet outside of Earth. Never. Now, the where Dormammu was, you lucky he could even breathe in that. Whatever reality he was in, he's lucky he could breathe there. Whatever realm that was, he's lucky he could breathe there. So Marvel was playing loose with that one. But now you're out of your depths completely. There's Pluto, there's Saturn, there's Mars, there's Jupiter, there's Neptune. You're on what? Titan? Is this our solar system? Oh no, we're not even in Earth's solar system, the galaxy we know. What? So hell yeah, he said, oh hell no. Give me a second. What? I would do the exact. I'll be racking my brain saying, yo, what if we had a fight with this Thanos guy? And when I realized we're about to die, I rewind time. But he's got 2 stones. So I don't know how powerful those 2 stones are against this 1 stone. But surely time trumps over any power stone you have. So thinking of all the different ideas, nah. The best thing made sense to use the time stone to go into the future and see how many events. Which route can we take to kill this guy? Because this is Endgame, hence the second movie. If we don't stop this dude, it's game over. Practically putting your life on the line. You're no superhuman. You have magic and spells, but you could have your ass handed to you if you're not careful. And then to find out the only one outcome where they win, he has to sacrifice the stone and himself to get dusted and then come back, knowing that Hulk would do the snapping back, knowing they'll go through the time heist, yada, 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 and bring him back. And then you fast forward into the Spider-Man 3 movie. A boy comes to you and asks you, can you make people forget I'm Spider-Man? It's not even selfish. It's I don't know what I almost want to say inhumane. It's just wrong. They didn't even have I don't know if they had the dialogue where Stranger's like, dude, how could you ask me such a thing? Don't you think I've tried to make I've thought to myself, I wish I could create a spell that would make everyone forget the snapping thing happened. Those people went through so much pain, anger, shock, hate. They even took their own lives. How it would have been cool to have that conversation. He said, make everybody forget. Ah, dude. I will never, ever understand why someone sat down in the writing room or writer's room and said, yeah, this is the best way to do a Spider-Man 3. And they didn't have to have Doctor Strange in it either. They didn't have to. But instead they did, and this is the path they chose. And it was so chippy. And dude, you just died and came back in such a. There's no one in Earth's history, thanks to Thanos, that can say they had the exact same experience where they disintegrated and reintegrated. No one in history. That kind of experience will change someone. Sorcerer Supreme or not, nanotech master or not, web swinging fluid whatever guy or not, shield throwing guy or not, metal armor or not, it will change you in some way, shape, or form. You value life more. You want to protect Earth more. You know? So nah. I'm not. I guess it's a long way of saying I'm not looking forward to the Thunderbolts movie at all. I don't know. I don't care anymore. I generally don't care about Marvel anymore. That excitement that I mentioned earlier on about all the previous movies that were coming out, even when I was like, with Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, you know what? I'm happy with who we got right now. Natasha, Thor, Loki, um, Tony Stark, Captain America. I'm good. I'm good. Maybe if you can throw in one or two new characters, cool. Bucky after as well, especially after Bucky was introduced. I'm cool with him. Falcon, hell yeah. You know, then you threw in Scarlet Witch. Okay, we're good with that. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Leave it there. Leave it there. And you have Black Panther. Oh, now we're good. You know, then you just flung in what's his name? Guardians. I was like, oh, that's a gamble. That is a massive gamble. You didn't even give him their own, separate movies. I guess that's what they're trying to do with Thunderbolts. I mean, we know Bucky, we know Natasha's sister, we know who else is there? Red Guardian, Taskmaster. We're aware of them. I won't say we know them, but I guess this is where we get to know them. And then how well do they play off each other? Are they going to be doing the shouting nonsense like they did in Guardians 3? Going to be arguing consistently? I just want to see guys say, you know what, let's team up. Here's a threat. Even Avengers, they did that. But it depends on how well you recreate that. That whole I don't really like you, but we have to work together. It depends. I mean, it's a simple trope. The buddy cop movies, they do it. And each movie does it differently where you know it's gonna happen, but it always happens differently where you appreciate it. Lethal Weapon, Turn and Hooch? No, it's not 41 42 hours or 48 hours. 48 hours, Eddie Murphy and the other guy. Who else? There's so many other movies, man. Rush Hour. Is it Miami Vice? You could say CSI. I can't remember which CSI, but there are many buddy cop movies or shows out there where both parties have to get used to each other, trust each other, protect each other. Start thinking like each other. Like if I was him, yeah, I'd probably be there. Like Lethal Weapon is one of the best. I recently watched that like last year, 1 to 4. I was like, dude. I mean, I've watched it before, but I rewatched it again. I was like, this is epic. Obviously, because I'm a lot older now, I got to appreciate a lot more things that I couldn't appreciate as a teenager. Beautiful. From part 1 to 4, I was like, yo, these days it's like trilogy is the only thing people can speak of. But is it quadrilogy? Is that what you call it? 4 movies? 4. And especially after the third one, people were like, yeah, it's cool. But the fourth one came out, everyone's like, oh, we didn't need the fourth one. We didn't ask you for that. And it was beautiful. Like a full circle thing they did. Beautiful. Oh, I love it. And I'll watch it again. I'll watch it again because you got to see how Danny Glover's character and Mel Gibson's character bonded. You got to see it. You got to see that whole you're the crazy one, I'm the calm one. It worked. It worked. That's why even Rush Hour, same thing. I would love to see a fourth one. They're delaying so much. It's like I don't even know if it's going to work out anymore. I don't know how Jackie's going to do it because he's getting a lot older. So the ass kicking stunts won't be the same. The ass kicking stunts won't be the same. Chris Tucker, same thing. How many jokes can you do? And we're in a different era now, so there's certain things you can't say on screen anymore like you would in the past. And are you going to throw in tropes and gimmicks? Stereotypes. You can't do stereotypes. You cannot do stereotypes. How about Chris? Is Chris's character in Rush Hour 4? Is he now a Christian like he is in real life? Will that bleed into it as well? or would that add to it because he's like, okay, I'm a lot older now. I found Christ. I gotta calm down, keep the action on on a low. Bad Boys, same thing. I like Bad Boys 1, but I love Bad Boys 2. 3 and 4, however, bad. No pun intended. Did not like him. I wanted to like him, but did not like him. 3 feels like 3 feels insulting the same way. What's this movie that came out? It shows you how much I dislike it. Coming to America 2. You gave Will Smith's character a son in the third movie. I was like, yeah. And how he even got the son didn't make no sense. Anyway, we're good. Um, Trying to see if there's any more comments before I dip out. I'll take the twin who can cook. I keep missing these comments, man. But at least I got my phone in front of me, so it's easy to read them. So one of my most or recently enjoyed horror shows released a third season, and it's called From. Season 1 was absolutely epic. I think it's from the same writers who did Lost. I could be wrong. I think, but I could be wrong. And season 1 was really good. It was really, really, really good. It. I don't even know how to break it down. Synopsis: they're in this loop of a town. Basically, you once you get into that town, you can't get out. It's like the road is once you get in, there's a loop. You can't get out of the town. And when midnight comes or nighttime comes, not midnight, so when sun sets, weird monsters and creatures come out, and not monsters like spiders and I don't know, zombies, for example. No, it's monsters in human form, but that's the best I can say. And you have to hang a talisman on your window and door so they don't come into the house. They can easily, if you don't have a talisman, they can open the. I think they can open the door. I think, and sometimes the tactics they use is predicated on if you're new to the loop, if you end up stuck in that town and you're new to it, and people are trying to tell you, yo, you can be outside at nighttime. These things come out at night and kill people, yada yada yada. And you're like, whatever, sure. You try to get your phone out, and I love that whole, a new set of people come through, and you have to explain to them and let them see that it's a reality. Showing how hard that is in real life is good. I think that adds to the storytelling of the show, because telling someone today, please be home or be inside this space by a particular time because things come out at night to eat you. Yeah, sure, buddy. And then on top of that, you're trying to get a cell signal, for example, and it's not working. You're like, okay, well, there's a high tower here, a high ground, yada yada yada. And everyone who's already there, who's been there way before you, is trying to get you to say, yo, reduce your expectation to zero. They're like, yeah, you're new. Let's come inside. Let's have a conversation. What you drink? Coffee, tea, a little whiskey. What do you normally take to zen thyself? Because your world is upside down right now. You are in. Yo, let me wake you up. I'm trying to calm you down to wake you up to this new reality you've entered. I can get in my car. I can drive out. I can use my sat nav. Nothing is working. Nothing. So fear kicks in, panic kicks in. This might be a weird town. Maybe they're going to cook me. They're going to eat me. They're cannibals or something, or they're going to do some weird sexual stuff. I don't know. So you start panicking. Nighttime comes. I'm going to go into this car or whatever, and then people start showing up and say, "Hi, hey, how are you?" And you're like, "Oh yeah, these people trying to put me inside the house, and they say it's weird at nighttime in monsters, and I can't get a cell signal, whatever. It's okay. Come closer. Come closer." Come, rah, I was like, yo, season 1 was fire. Beautiful show. And if you don't have a talisman on your door, they'll just knock on the door. Oh no. I can't remember, man, because normally they'll just open the door if you don't have a talisman on the space you're in, they'll just walk into the house. Whereas when you do, they knock on the door. Sometimes For the newcomers, or for some people, they've taken the form and shape of loved ones or friends. And in the past, it's played on the aspect of it's taken on the form and shape of someone you know or people you know. Some of them could be dead, some of them could be alive. There was one particular one where there was a lady at the window knocking, and the little girl in the room was like, who's there? And the being called out the girl's name and said, "It's grandma." I was like, but wait, no way, can't be. Then the little girl goes to the window and pulls the curtain back, and I mean, I don't know how the grandma looks, but she responds, and the girl's like, "Oh, grandma." Like, "Yeah, hi, baby. Can grandma come in? It's cold outside, baby. It's cold." And the girl's like, "How did you get up here, grandma? How did you get up on the window?" "It's okay, baby. Just let me in. Grandma's cold. I want to come inside and feel the warmth. Can I hug you? I've missed you so much." And girl turns around and says, "Mom, it's grandma. She's at the window." And the thing is like, "Just let me in, baby. Can I let her in, mom?" She just opens the window. The mom runs up and goes, "No, it's not grandma." Game over. Fatality. I was like, yo, now this is a show. This is a show. I don't know how you're going to end it, but this is a show. Maybe you don't even need to end it. No cliffhanger. I mean, not no cliffhanger. No happy endings. No good endings. Just an open ending. Maybe most people escape. Some die. They finally get out, and eventually, maybe towards the end, a new set of people end up in the town and get stuck. Rinse and repeat. You could do another season with those new people or not. Or maybe you could, and it's new challenges. Maybe they go through a different experience, and we gotta, that could work. I actually see that working. But they did the season two, same characters, or most of the same cast, and then new people came who got stuck in the time loop again, or the town loop, not time loop. But some of the characters they introduce dumb shit, dumb shit. Like, I mean, you've seen something that your brain cannot fathom. Next day, dumb shit. I'm like, yeah, now I think you're focusing too much on the human element. And not only are you focusing on the human element too much, you're focusing on the dumbest part of the human element. Because I've forgotten, I could be wrong, but what I'm about to say, maybe it might have happened already. What does it look like when you've been there for too long and you realize this could be game over? I don't know if I can survive this thing, whatever this is, another night. And it's, you do the honors to yourself and say, "I'm going to meet my own maker on my own terms." And then, yeah, I would, I don't, again, this is why I said I don't know if the show has done it and I've forgotten, but that's an interesting, this is a real world scenario. You're in a world where these things are real. You can't understand them. There's no laboratory to examine their body, which could be a cool point. One of them dies. You pull the body into a space, cut the flesh, and let's see what's popping. Let's hack these things open, because this is how my brain processes. Fine, we're in a place we can't describe or explain, or we don't know what it is, but I need to figure out what these things are, or fuck it. What's the point? In fact, you could even ask yourself, what am I surviving for? Or to see your family and go back to your friends and your loved ones and your children. How long will that take? You want to go back to your wife? You happen to survive it. You go back to your wife. She's married, two more children, four more children. She's left the country, you know? Or she died, stress, worry, fear, whatever. She got ill. There's so many layers, so many things you can introduce, but they spoiled it with too many gimmicky things, love triangle stuff. This guy coming in saying, "You guys are lying. It's a lie. It's a scam. It's a gimmick. Those things don't really come out at night. Those dead bodies aren't real." I'm like, how can you write beyond stupid in this kind of show? This show is a mystery. We're trying to figure out what this place is, how this place became to be. Why is it like this? Show people trying tech, drones, phones, um, anything under the sun to try and see what the hell this thing is. Dig stuff, soil testing. Where's the lab? Where's the test tubes? Where's Where are the things we can test? Trees or animals and see if this thing. So many things they could have done, but instead they spoiled it. I watched the first episode of season 3 yesterday. Boring. And the just repetition of constant stupid decisions over and over. I think that's what they're relying on to drive the show. To consistently, dude, I think the sweeter way you can push the show along is when you introduce new characters who they'll be afraid at first, but you got to show competency in the next few episodes. And then maybe they'll be the piece of the puzzle of an idea that someone has thought of in the group that's been here for a while. And then this new person who comes in, who happens to be stuck, you happen to click them. They're both saying similar things, and the viewers are like, "Oh my god, that's what this guy was saying all this time in a few episodes." And now this new guy has come in, but they haven't bumped into each other yet. So this one is doing his little mini test. This one has been doing his test for long. They meet each other like, "Oh wait, let me see your findings. Let me see your findings." Oh no way, no, is that what really? Then you can, you see the characters working together. Then there's hope. You give the audience hope, like, okay, maybe these guys could figure it out, you know? Then they have conversations. How long were you here? I've been here for like 3 years. 3 years, oh my God. And you guys couldn't find a way out? We just gave up. Some people, took their own lives, yada, yada, yada. So many things you could do. So many things. I don't feel, and I don't think at all that this show can rely on characters making stupid decisions or random decisions. Everything has to be now methodic. Because for all we care, this town we're in is built and designed specifically to feed off our essence physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. As in, that's, hey, something's got to eat, man. Cows got to eat, goats got to eat, human beings got to eat, and whatever we are, who or what we got to eat, y'all. It's a win win, Otherwise, what's the point of the show? I don't even know how long this show can go on. Because I was thinking, this feels like Lost now. You're just dragging. You have to either have a dark ending, like I said, you end it with some of them surviving and escaping and the rest dying. And then before you do, fade into black, a new set of people come in and get stuck and we start again. And people got to figure out slowly, okay, yo, the talisman thing, the nighttime thing, or maybe the rules of the environment changes for each new people. Golly, man. It's such a beautiful show in season 1. From was such a beautiful show in season 1, but season 2, they dropped the ball somewhere. And then 3, I said, nah. Nah, 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 nah. They dropped 2 episodes. I don't even know if I want to watch the second one. I just can't stand dumb characters being more prominent than intelligent characters, It's just boring, man. So out of all the things I've seen so far, from lackluster, Thunderbolts, lackluster, I like I said, I'm going to see the movie, but I'm not going to wake up on day one of release and get my ticket or pre-order my ticket and say, I can't wait to see Thunderbolts. I don't think it's going to be a good movie. And if I'm proved wrong, yes, hell yeah, who's going to complain about that? If the action is on point, in fact, if it's 80% action, 100% intelligence, and 20% humor, I'm good. Is it a standalone, or are we? Are we? And it's not like, are we carrying on to the next phase, end credit stuff, to just advertising new stuff? I'm saying the things you introduce in the movie, the villains, for example, like Val. Like when I did my reaction or discussion thing, I'm still trying to figure out who the hell Val is. Who or what is she working for? Why is Val in the trailer looking like she's setting them up, and then it's like, oh, I'm setting you guys up, but I'm trying to team you guys up. I just wanted to see how you guys would work well together. Those tiresome things I can't stand. I just prefer upfront things. You're going to be my Dark Avengers team. Not say it literally, but where things things need to get done, get your hands dirty. That's who y'all are. It's going to be a little shady, but you will get the job done. You will save lives, and you're defending America. Maybe it's an all-American team. We're not going anywhere else in the world. It's all about America. Then we could see how the team fares. I thought we're here to help the world rather than America itself. You could play with that. I don't even know if they're going to do a Thunderbolts 2 or whatever new title it's going to be called. With I see Feige is saying the asterisk and whatnot. Even that. What does the asterisk mean, Feige? Oh, you find out soon enough. Who gives a shit? I don't care. I don't care about the title and asterisk. I want to see how these characters get along. And I'm saying this because I wanted to see it in the first trailer. The first trailer just felt like a basic. You can't do basic trailers after you've come from Captain America Winter Soldier and everything else you've left behind for us. But a lot of people have said they want to give Marvel a second chance. I'm not giving nobody a second chance. No way. No way. After Deadpool 3, nah. After Flash from DC, nah. Nah, 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 nah. No way. No way. No way. I feel somewhere down the line, the art of making movies and telling great stories has been lost somewhere. Not completely, but it's fallen off somewhere. And the only movie I enjoyed so far this year at the cinema is Alien Romulus. So far. I'm going to check out Transformers 1. I don't think that's come out for us over here in the UK yet. But so far, that's the only movie I enjoyed so far. And it sucks. I wanted to enjoy Deadpool 3. But after all the Disney Plus flops, I was like, nah. No hopes. No expectation for Deadpool 3. But it hit me worse than I thought it would, man. Then anything to do with X-Men, boy, the Fantastic Four stuff, though. There's potential. There's some level of potential. You got to pull off the graphics for Reed Richards. That's the only one team or family or group of people I never really wanted. I don't have I'm not hungry for them. I'm not like I can't wait to see Fantastic Four on screen, just because of the Reed Richards stretchy thing. How are they going to pull off the graphics? Out of many other things, I'm like, nah, I don't know how they're going to pull that off. Where it makes sense, where it looks cool, where it looks nice during a combat sequence. Johnny Storm, of course, it's a guy who's on fire. He's going to be throwing fireballs and he can fly. Of course, that's going to work out. Benjamin Grimm, that's going to be easy play. It's a Hulk, but with stones, or a big, bulky guy, but with rocks around his body. Then you have Invisible Girl. Come on, force field, going invisible, some Natasha Romanoff type fighting style. Then Reed Richards, on screen, what does it look like with a stretchy guy fighting? You got to make that look nice, not just believable, but nice. Like, how would you contort your body if you're fighting? Like, what moves do you pull off? There are 5 people coming close to you. Would it be a lot of a close range or close quarters combat? Like, how does it look like if you're trying to get up there from here? Do you jump and stretch, or you just stretch while you're standing? You got to make it look smooth and clean. People will struggle to like it. But I am looking forward to it. That's the one thing I'm like, just to see how they pull it off. I don't mind them dropping a trailer by the end of the year, just to get me excited. I want to see Silver Surfer, Galactus. I don't care. I don't. He's not one character or one of the villains in the Marvel universe where I'm like, I can't wait to see Galactus. Just to see how huge he is and see him devour planets. Maybe there is something interesting there to see what it looks like from the people on the planet, their perspective as Galactus devours the planet, and the horror. If they can tap into that, this thing is coming. It's horrifying. When your planet just gets disintegrated or it's crumbling, and then that bubble you're in where you can breathe just fine gets ruptured. That's dark. You just suffocate instantly. Or is it a fast process, or does he shrink the planet and then just eats it? What does that look like? So I'm a little fascinated, but to say I want to see him on screen all the time, I'm just saying from that perspective, basically, where we're seeing Galactus devour we're seeing this huge thing where I imagine this planet has a religion, for example, and then this thing out of nowhere is like, well, this doesn't look like the deity we have. What the hell is this? This can't be our whatever word they use for God. This can't. No, we have an image for this. Whatever, yo, you know, you're cooking, you're playing out with your children, whatever alien planet this is, and this thing just comes, and all of a sudden you're hearing screams, and the whole ground is shaking. You've never even had an earthquake before. Maybe war has had the ground shook before, shaking the ground where bombs or missiles or whatever it is, whatever weapons they have, if they've even had any wars. But for the ground to shake, that must be like a new experience. Like, why is the ground shaking? What's falling or what's erupting from the ground? And only to just come outside and you're just hearing screams all over the place, and you're seeing your military force on your planet try to take down this huge thing, and all of a sudden you're gasping for air, and then done. You can't breathe anymore, and this dude is just sucking you dry, or just sucking you into his belly, dude. I think you could do something with that, man. I think you can do if you could, I think, but how do you? I don't think you can defeat that. You have to have the negotiation. Or here's a dead planet you can eat on, or we'll just create. Maybe Reed will be like, I'll fashion something for you where you don't have to devour planets. I don't know if they're going to answer the question of who created Galactus, or is Galactus like a celestial being where he's self-created, self-manifested. That could be an interesting conversation to have. Something so huge could look like a god to an early civilization of beings on a particular planet. I wonder if other planets worship Galactus as a god or the god. Has Galactus even ever created a planet? He eats planet, but has he ever even, I don't know, like, I don't know. Like, has he ever, hold on a minute. He creates the heralds and whatnot, but has he ever had a planet where it's like, I won't, I've spared you, so therefore you're like part of me or something, or where he upgrade the planet, the crops, the people, the technology, their mind, give him space travel. Whereas like, no, I won't feed y'all. I mean, I won't feed off y'all, but I'll do a little something. I could team up with something. So again, just for my head to enjoy the concept of this thing. Again, in the comics and the cartoons, it's different. You can pull off Galactus how you want to, even in the animation, you can. But we're saying these concepts are always introduced to us in our current state of being. Same way Matrix came out, people loved it because some guy dodged the bullet and some girl jumped in the air with her legs stuck and did a kick. And this guy with his suit and tie, Mr. Anderson, and this dude put his palm up like that and bullet stopped. Whereas other people, they got it. They watched it over and over again. This dude looking a particular way into his tech stuff. He's talking, he doesn't really like his job per se. He's asking questions. Are we living in a simulation? Is life real? Am I real? All those things. Then all the way to the end, even the process he went through with the Oracle. Then all the way to the end, he's on the phone, talking to the machine, talking to the agents. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. But when you're telling stories now the way they do, what stories do you have to tell us now? So you can pull a few things off. It depends on how you tell the story. So in that sense, you're telling me there's a guy who stretches his arm and there's a huge being that just comes and dwarfs your planet when he just comes. You can practically, he probably cause an eclipse. He can come in between the sun's rays and just blot out the sun as he's standing in front of your planet. Dude, what does that even do to the mind of a planet? The people who've never ventured outside of their planet, just chilling, crops, whatever it is, fighting each other or not fighting each other, getting along, taking their time, maybe early state of their civilization or their empire, early stages. And then this huge being comes out, and his head is so huge. You can just see one eyeball right in front of you, like, yeah, that would just make you just pass out. So it depends. Like I said, it depends on how they choose to write these stories. And otherwise, it just feels like it's gimmicky. It's a stone guy, it's a fire guy, it's a rubber stretchy guy, and a girl who's invisible. I don't know. I don't know. I think maybe the science will captivate the audience. The experiments and the science they're into, Reed talking about the experiments and being tangible, time, different dimensions, different realities, those things would keep the audience intrigued. Then whatever happens, cosmic rays hit him, and then Reed starts to stretch, Johnny starts to burn up, and then Sue goes invisible, Benjamin turns into a stone. So those parts, grip the audience. And then again, are you gonna do the same old? Oh, I don't like my powers. I wish I was like you, Johnny. I wish I had your powers. You're gonna go through all that again, or do you show the characters embracing their powers, embracing their gifts, saying, you know what, whatever this is scary as shite, but we can make this work. So you have two lanes, or you can go half and half. You freak out. I wish this never happened. Let's flip it. Let's use it to our advantage, and then your movie kicks off from there. Because they said they casted Antonio Banderas for Galactus. I don't know if that's finally official, but it's Antonio Banderas. So we know he's not going to be doing any physical stuff. So either it's just the voice or it's the mocap and the voice. But Antonio Banderas doesn't feel like Galactus. If you said he casted Lawrence Fishburne's voice for Galactus, yeah, that guy has a beautiful voice. But Antonio Banderas has the accent. So when you hear Galactus talk, it's like saying you casted a Nigerian actor for Galactus. I'm here to eat your planet. I'm not mocking my people, but you want to get this character's or creature's story across. You need a different voice, Otherwise, it's like, what are we doing? I see Sister Constance has joined. What's the mooing? What moo party? I wasn't invited to have a great mooing without me. Only Constance can come here and try to sully my greatness. The fact that the Fantastic Four even has a chance against something like Galactus is really silly. Damn! Ooh, pro last media word. That's what we're doing. We're throwing shots already. You feel so? I mean, it's been in the comics. You could say Marvel's trying to get all their popular characters or popular comic characters off the ground onto the screen. They've tried. Well, I don't know. 20th, fourth century. Blah, blah, blah. Fox already tried it and it worked the first time. Second time was cool. The same way they flopped with Green Lantern. They're doing another one again, but TV series. I don't know. I think not everything that you have in your arsenal needs to be on screen. Certain things can be done just well. It's animation, and I feel you have to be honest with yourself as a studio and the audience, especially the ones who want to see them on screen. Say, yo, we got a plethora of characters in our arsenal. But we got to let y'all know on the heads up. Not every one of them is going to make it to the screen. You might see them in one or two episodes in a Disney Plus show, but a feature length film, no. You might see them do a little team up in a feature length film, but to say this movie is all about these four characters or these six characters, nah. Some you can pull off, some you can't. I don't think we need to see all of them. I think you might struggle. But again, I guess that's the whole point of it. Where it's like, well, we'll see what you got. We'll look forward to it. But just because of the bad taste in the mouth and previous experiences, nah. And I'm not blaming this on the previous Fantastic Four movies. It's just Marvel lately. I don't feel they've really held onto this seriousness where we're telling a space story and this is a dark space story. It's like they're afraid of the dark stuff. Every time a director comes in and says he or she wants to do a dark thing, they get all worried and panic and shook up. Oh no, 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 it's gonna be lighthearted. Of course, I get it because you want to keep your audience, not even your audience, you want to keep your teenage audience and your underage audience in terms of parents who bring their children to watch the movie. You want to keep them entertained. You want the money like that, but the same way you did with Deadpool, you kept it rated R. You have to find a way to say this is not necessarily rated R, but it's dark. It's dark. Like I said, what does it look like when you're just chilling, you know? And this being just dwarfs your sun. It comes right in front of your sun is there. You're here on the planet, and it just appears. What the hell does that look like? The same way they tried to anyway with Eternals, when one of the Celestials just showed up out of nowhere. I was like, God, what would that do to your head? What would that do to your head? Like when people start breaking down the Buddha statues and Jesus Christ statues and all the angelic statues, because you're seeing this being look at you and it's talking and it's loud, but it's not deafening. And you're like, am I the only one seeing this? Then you call someone in France, someone in Australia, and the other side of the world, they can still see this thing. Your comprehension changes. And you're like, okay, so is it attacking? It's not attacking, it's talking. And then it's a herald. A herald has come and it's a being saying, yeah, hey, yeah, you guys about to get your ass cooked. Y'all got some spring onions? Because y'all will go nicely with some salad, garlic. Y'all got garlic? How big is your garlic? And then this huge, I don't know, seasoning drops out of nowhere. It's like, it smells like, it tastes like curry powder. What is this? Is it snowing curry powder? It's snowing curry powder? What's, am I dreaming? Somebody pinch me, dude. And then this thing just opens his mouth. Or does he just grab the planet? Or is it a mechanism where he just plugs into the planet and just drains the resources, the soil, the nutrients, the water, and then nukes the sun? Or does he take out the sun first? And then when the sun implodes as a supernova, y'all are done. Like, dude, that would be horrific. Absolutely horrific. If you don't even, if that was me, I say, light off. Light off. What? Get out. So even me just talking about it right now, I'm like, that's the only thing that feels intriguing. Maybe I want to get a Galactus Disney Plus show. What it looks like from the planet's perspective. Not, let me understand Galactus. Why? Why the planet devouring? And then how old is he? Because is this something he's doing willingly, or he has no choice? And if so, is it just this, being I'm hungry, feed me, or is he intelligent? And if so, then my brain's like, well, if he's intelligent, has he ever thought of devising a way where he doesn't have to devour these planets, or does he only eat dying planets or planets that are full of nutrients and whatnot, but have no living beings on them? Nah, nah, because you're huge. Your head is gargantuan. So a being on the planet you're eating must be like a toothpick. That's not going to satisfy you. You're here for the planet. So do you teleport the beings to another planet? Are you a merciful being? Do you let them know, it's, it is what it is, man. You got your space cows, space ghosts, space chicken, everything I eat, and I gotta eat you all. What nutrient does a being is small, minute compared to the ball? This must be how he holds a planet and just actually crunching on it. But this little speck of like dust, like grain of sand. Ah, man, I think I'm making it sound sweeter. I don't. I'll go and see the freaking movie, but I don't want to see it. If you told me they were doing another, I don't know, Avengers, I want to see that, but I don't want to see this Fantastic Four movie, but I will see it. So my want level is varying, man. I see another comment from Constance. Yeah, in the comics, Reed Richards made a gun powerful enough to completely erase anything in the universe, and he threatened Galactus with it. Wow, dude. Okay, I guess that's where the title of the smartest man or one of the smartest men alive comes to play for Reed. But being the person that I am, Galactus is older than Reed. So how can a being like Reed threaten Galactus with tech that Galactus hasn't even invented himself yet, or can't defend himself from? Especially when it's tech from, unless it's tech from different dimensions or different realities or different Earths, with gravy. But if you're saying Reed came up with tech from Earth to threaten Galactus, but then again, it's a comic, so comic lore is different. Comic sensibility is different. Nah, we're good on that one. I'm fed up now. I think storytelling I can't see this comment very well. Why does YouTube do that? It puts the heart thing and blocks the tail end of the comment. That's stupid. Okay, cool. I'm fed up now. I think storytelling via movies and shows are going through transformation because it hasn't been thrilling for a while. This is true. It might be a trope. It might be a plan all along. We will dumb them down, irritate them, such as this being who calls himself the Cosmic Jedi. Annoy him, annoy them all, so they can lose faith in man, in themselves, and the power of telling a tale. Could be. Or maybe their downfall is where we rise. Yes, it's our time to shine yet again. Best believe, once the transfer is done, you will not take over the throne again. You'll be on top, always and forever. Yes, but let's be specific. We mean, God damn, that came through the yo. That we can't. If that happens again, I apologize, peeps. I might have to take this off the stand. I didn't really think that through because I heard that straight in my ears, and that must have sounded funny to y'all. Okay, cool. Hope it doesn't happen again. Now I'm nervous. I think we're being specific about Hollywood. People could argue, well, maybe it's just the comic book movies and not just Hollywood or movies in general or TV shows. Nah. The fact that From is sucking, Agatha Harkness is sucking, certain shows haven't been, greenlit for season 2, or they haven't shot it yet, or they're probably still shooting. I'm waiting for Silo 2. I'm waiting for Peripheral 2. I'm low-key waiting for Outer Range season 3. I'm waiting for Constantine Part 2. Where's the dark stuff? Where's the rich spellcasting? Where's the rich magic? Where's the you thought Matrix was a movie, it's a documentary, or it's telling you the truth. Where is that level of you think magic is fake? Watch this. Where is all that stuff, man? I wonder how Bollywood is faring. I don't think they have probably those guys churn out movies like crazy. I imagine the same thing with Chinese movies as well, kung fu movies, and I know what's this thing that's taking over right now? God damn it! Oh my goodness. K-pop I cannot believe I'm missing the term. It's there at the tip of my tongue. It's on the tip of my tongue. K-pop, K-drama. Yeah, yeah. Korean dramas. Those guys, some of their shows are good. Like there was a show called Parasite. Oh, there is a show called Parasite on Netflix. Ooh, that's beautiful. I'm yet to see season 2. Then they did Squid Game. I didn't watch that one. I watched episode 1, but I didn't like the vibe. There's something about Squid Game that I thought this is not for me. So I quickly went to YouTube, your trusted YouTube, and watched the breakdown for it. Just so I could get I was like, I feel there's something about this thing. Let me get a breakdown. As soon as I watched the breakdown, I was like, yep, I'm not. This would have stayed in my psyche. So I'm also, my psyche is sensitive to certain things that I watch. That's why I get passionate about watching shows that could have done really, really epic stuff in their storytelling. Instead, they choose to just go to mediocre or below average or below mediocre. Stereotype, dumb tropes, That's why I'm always like, where are the intelligent characters in your stories, man? You can say we live in a world like this and you're not showing smart characters. BS. BS. Content said Squid Game not for me at all. Yeah, Squid Game was bad. That was atrocious. I was like, nah. My brother's like, you didn't even watch the whole thing. I was like, I don't need to, dude. This is vile. It's vile. Because as soon as I saw it, I was like, you could argue that this thing is real. This has happened to people just because you haven't done the investigation. Yeah. What if someone told you, oh, what you're watching right now is not necessarily happening the exact same way, but the theme of it is real. And it's funny, it reminded me of The Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. When I recently rewatched that again, I was like, God damn. I don't know why I keep saying rewatch that again. When I recently watched that again, I looked at it and thought, this is Squid Game all over. But you could argue that Squid Game, you know, borrowed from certain movies and themes and whatever, and put that whole amalgamation into one show. Nah, you could argue it's similar to Hunger Games, but because um my childhood memory I have of the Running Man, there's probably something older than Running Man, where Running Man got its inspiration from to make the movie. But this whole where society's so messed up, you're putting people on display for their entertainment as you're killing them. Same thing with the Colosseum in Gladiator. I imagine that was a real thing. I'm no history buff when it comes to that part of history. So if it's a real thing, let a brother know in the comments. Don't come at me. You're entertaining people who you're causing suffering to them, but you're numbing them with pain. But you're reinforcing that whole, it's not your pain, it's someone else's pain. They didn't play by the rules, so watch him suffer. It's lucky, it's a good thing you guys are the good guys. You're obeying the law, so you don't want to end up on this side. Now, who do you think is going to win? Who do you think is going to win? This betrayer of this betrayer of the land, or this betrayer of the land? So it's creepy, man. It's creepy. I don't think I don't feel I can give my time to that kind of show. I'll watch the breakdown. Do not get me wrong. I will watch the breakdown. And I'm gonna watch episode 1 of the next season. To watch the whole show though, no. I just want to see what they're going to introduce. There was one time where I was thinking, I wonder how nefarious they can get with each game. As soon as I said that to myself, like, oh hey, whoa, 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 peel back a bit. You sounded like you liking this nastiness. Hey, put it back. Pull it back. Wonder how nefarious it can get with all the nah. Same thing with Black Mirror. There's one particular episodes where they were just coming up with different ways to torture people. No, thank you, sir. Oh, Constance, you watched the entire thing. Wow, you have a good soul. You gave it time. Mba. Mba, 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 mba. No, sirree, Bob. No, thank you very much. We're not doing that. You must be El Pollo Loco. Nah. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I can't watch that. Pardon me. I can watch The Last of Us. I can. And I'm aware that sometimes people could argue that all these post-apocalyptic shows are low-key dumbing the mind down, or prepping the mind, or seeding the mind for any future dark events to come. I just feel eventually the true human genome, or the true human code, will always suffice. Eventually, eventually, the true essence always suffices. Yeah, it's not a flawed design. Everything else around that I observe isn't flawed. All the signs and symbols we get, there's a grand scheme of things going on. A cosmic flow, a cosmic feng shui. You know. So therefore, one doesn't have the ability to permanently erase or destroy said cosmic feng shui. You might, temporarily alter, scratch at it. You can try. Many have tried and failed, but you can add to that list, so we can school the others down the line. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Huh? Yeah, go on ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing. This is just information gathering, so we can show the people who come forward and say, "Oh, this is what they did." So, do you like what they did? No? Okay, don't become those guys. It's educational purposes. Go ahead, do your thing. Wow, horrid. That's the word you used for it, Constance. Was horrid. Was shallow to me, but insightful in some aspects. Okay, that makes sense. So you're able to see how disgusting it is, but also you're getting insights. Yeah, that's what I can manage to do sometimes with certain shows. I'm like, I can see you can see where someone will give you headache, but I can learn a few things or two. I can learn something. I can learn something. It's probably something there for me to pick up. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, I see that. I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. How long, as per usual, have I been streaming for? You know, I can stream here for as long as I can. I'm a master night owl. I can be here for hours, but I want the video to be long enough for people to enjoy. You don't want it to be too long. It's not what she said. No, no, no. It's what she said. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't want it to be too long. Otherwise, nah, nah. Yeah, yeah. I agree. No, yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. It depends. To each their own. Hey, I'm not saying everyone. To each their own. Some people are. Hey, I beg. What are you trying to kill someone here? Please keep it at a healthy, healthy 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 stretch. Yeah, you don't want it. You're healthy, man. That's the word. It's just right, just right. Where we're both satisfied. We both enjoyed. We're both pleasured. Mm? Mm. Anyway, so what else was I supposed to talk about? I had notes. I got notes this time. Do I got my notes? I got my notes. Where is it? Give me a second. Let me get my notes up. I think I've already spoken about it. From Agatha All Along. Like I said earlier on, maybe if I finish the show, Penguin was good. Penguin was good. That's what I'm gonna say. When I'm done with this, I'm gonna sit down and edit my review. But Penguin was good. A show that when I saw the announcement, I didn't even this is how bad it was for me. I was like, Penguin is coming out. Kiss my ass on it. What? This is where I'm like, you guys got lucky. Because it makes me wonder when the masses are talking their speculatory videos online. When we do trailer reactions, this might happen. I think Val's gonna do this. I think Chris is gonna do this. And there's nothing wrong with that. We do it as human beings in almost everything we're excited for. New TV's coming out. New restaurant is opening, and it's this chef with this chef combining their skills. I wonder what meals they're gonna have. It's natural. You speculate in your relationship, you speculate in your house, you speculate about anything. It's just, hey. So when I heard Penguin was coming out, I'm like, yo, bro, all the speculatory videos out there, trailer reactions, the podcast, the live videos of all these nerds, geeks, blurs, and everyone who loves this world. Some of you guys have created and is fleshed out in such a way, it's just blossomed in something so different. People are doing cosplay. People are saying what we'd like to see. The general consensus is saying consensus. The general audience is saying we would love to see this. I've never heard someone sat down and say, "God, I can't wait for them to do a Penguin TV show." No one. Maybe okay, generalizing. Maybe a small group of people, but not the masses. Not the masses. So when I heard the announcement, I said, "You are doing Penguin show? Who asked you? No one asked you for Penguin show. Give us something you want to watch. Sit down and shut up and do a part two of Batman." They said Penguin show. You now waste money on Penguin show. It didn't do well. You now complain. Save the money and put it towards your Batman movie. I didn't even watch the trailer. Not that I even do a trailer reaction. That's how much zero feeling I had to. I was like, what? You think I'll sit down and plug camera, do my lighting, have my face all smoothed up, put my cocoa oil on my lips, my coconut oil, my Vita Coco, and then go local for you on video? You must be nuts. I didn't do no trailer reaction. I'm like, yeah, I can kiss my ass. I'll be that crybaby, like, yeah, I'll be moving all night. No, me, I don't want to Penguin show me. It's been greenlit. And then I thought to myself, you're going to put Colin Farrell in the makeup? That's cold. Didn't watch the trailer. Didn't do a trailer reaction. I watch other people who I watch on YouTube, Emergency Awesome, and who else? Can't remember his name. Real Reject. I can't remember Jeremy Johns. There you go. I said, let me see what they're saying. I said, okay, they're all right. I mean, they're massive fans. These guys they're hardcore fans of the comic stuff. I don't read the comics. I love the world. I'm the fan of the cartoons. You wouldn't see me just blurring through a Batman comic. Nah. I love comics. Where I used to, don't get me wrong. I don't read comics anymore, but I love the concept of comics and the stories that have been created and brought to life in cartoon and on screen. But I've never thought to myself, I can't wait for a Penguin show. God damn it, yeah. Come on, yeah. I feel it good. Feel that? You feel that the Penguin show? Yeah. No. No. So when the show came out and people were ranting and raving, go and see it. I was like, probably hype. Y'all are hyping this thing for no reason. I checked it out. I was like, God damn, y'all were playing. You guys were not playing it. You were right. And this is good. This is what I enjoy sometimes. When something you're not really looking forward to, you have no interest in, it's connected it's partly connected or mainly connected to a grand world that you love. We've already seen a Gotham show that started off nicely, maintained, started to dip. They got too excited for their boots. Natural. Nothing wrong with that. It happens within every cycle in some way, shape, or form. But at least you can't say it was a bad show. It just, you know, fell off in some places. But the start was really good. Start was very good. And everyone's asking, so when do we get to see Batman? You were asking that, but you're like, I like the way they did Joker here. I like the way they did Riddler here. I like the way they did Penguin here. So the little Arkham things they were throwing in, and then Gordon, Commissioner Gordon, I was like, okay, y'all let y'all slide. Well, I still want to see Batman on screen. That's the one thing, aside from the Adam West days. Have they ever done Batman on TV properly? They pulled off Flash very well, though. Not the CW one now. I mean, they did with not now, the one that's come and gone when the season finished. I can't remember his name, the much older one. The actor who played, God damn it. The old actor who played the older Flash in the CW, when he had his own show, that was good. Even the theme song was really good. But I'm struggling to remember if there was ever a serious Batman TV show after the Adam West one. So if they had announced that, even I would have been worried. I'm like, yo, that's a lot of money, man. You want to have Robert Pattinson's Batman on TV, well, on streaming? Yeah, I don't know how you're gonna pull that off. Rings of Power is dying. It's losing its power. It didn't even have any power in the first season. So how are you gonna pull off Batman? So when they said Penguin, I said, all right, cool. I watched it today. I was like, yo, this is good. This is good. So now I'm looking forward to the next Batman movie because of just one episode alone of showing what Gotham is going through and how certain people operate. I'm like, this is good. Y'all got me good. So this is the one time I'm like, finally, you surprised me, Something I thought wouldn't really work. It's episode one, by the way, just episode one. So maybe the next episodes to the end of the season suck. It's downhill from here on in. But so far, I'm like, it's good to be surprised. It's good to be surprised. I know I said this in the review, but I'll say it now as I'm live. This is how you do rooting for someone you don't really want to root for. I'll leave it there. It's how you do it. M Night, my back. M Night Shyamalan. M Night. M Night. One of my friends came in the comment section and said, I love M Night. I love the movie. I'm like, yeah, I can imagine you do it. What? Love. You know what love is? Love. I love you. I love you. I've loved you ever since I saw you. Ever since I heard your voice, I've loved you. I will love you now till the end of time. Love from your chest. That's the only one time you might catch me poking at somebody else's feeling or there is it subjectivity towards a thing. Movies are subjective. Is it objective? Subjective. Where I don't want to say we're all allowed to love. Of course we are. But you love your thing. I love my thing. You love, rice and peas. I love jollof rice. You love pounded yam, or you love spaghetti bolognese. I love Big Macs. You do you, I do me. We're both happy. We're both in the same space eating the food we both love together. But you say you love trap? Say, yeah. I don't know about that, cuz. You sure we friends? I was like, yo. Ooh-wee. Oh, I'd love to do a podcast. I think those are the only times where you want to have a really decent, open conversation. Like, why? Love. Maybe and it shows how everyone uses words differently. Like, you won't catch me saying I like trap. Dislike it. I don't like to use the word hate anymore, so I would use the word abhor. I just watched something that didn't need to be. Whereas if you showed me the story of Jekyll and Hyde, Ooh, now that one, you come out of the show like, God, shit, am I supposed to side with one of them or both of them? Or well, I think wasn't that self-inflicted? Jekyll and Hyde was a self-inflicted thing. He was doing experiments on himself, right? And something went up and split personality, and then the body got augmented, right? One of them is stronger than the other, and your subconscious or your isn't it that your alter ego? I swear that's it. Or is that just me adding stuff to make it juicier from Van Helsing as well? No, not Van Helsing. Sorry, LXG, LXG with Sean Connery, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and that's a beautiful movie. We like that. That will make a cool TV show, actually. Let me catch these comments, like you catching these hands, like you catching these hands. Oh, Constance just. Oh, I thought I missed out on comments. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. All right then. I've been streaming for an hour and 20 minutes. My bad. I've been streaming for an hour and 30 minutes. 30. 30. Dirty. Dirty 30. Sorry, my bad. Yes, I'm in my zone right now. Night owl mode has been re-energized and reactivated. 30. Dirty 30. Can I make a tea like that? Dirty 30. Dirty, but I think you gotta say it. I think when I do a promo for it, we just launched some new merch. It's called Dirty. Dirty 30. Oh, dude. I'm gonna watch like one or two more episodes of From. Um, I think I'm gonna wait for the final episode for Rings of Power. My main show I'll be watching for now till a new one comes out is definitely gonna be Penguin because it's got my attention and it's not silly. There's certain things that it did in the first episode that I didn't expect. I mean, not like it just threw me for a loop, but I was like, oh, it's gonna go this way, and you got switched. It's gonna go that way. You get so when your expectations are not met in that way, I like that. I really really like that. I like that they included the relationship between him and his mom, and for me, I saw similarities um in their relationship and his relationship with Gotham. There's something there for me. I was like, this. They might touch on it, they might not, or maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the one projecting. Maybe I'm the one creating. Oh, my T-shirt is off alignment. I hate when it does that. What the hell? Just look, my eyes. Oh, now it's in my head. God damn it! I don't. My eyes doesn't like that off alignment. That on the curve. Is it good? We're good. Whatever. So it's been like that all this time. It's a good thing I didn't catch it. All right then. I should leave it here, ladies and gentlemen. So yes, for those who shall watch this live later, if you manage to stay this long, you're a trooper. A trooper you are. Let a brother know in the comments what TV show or streaming show, whatever you want to call it, are you watching right now that you're salivating over? And then what other TV shows or streaming shows have you watched in the past that you have no hope for anymore? And finally, what movie have you seen so far that had you salivating at the mouth? No, I couldn't do that right. I couldn't do it properly. Let a brother know in the comments. I think I'm officially done with Marvel for sure. The only thing that might keep me hanging in there in terms of the Disney Plus is What If. Anything else? No. I don't see the Thunderbolts working. If the Thunderbolts can be as good as the first Guardians of the Galaxy, then I might stick around. Um Captain America 4. That one too, I don't know, man. If that can be as good as oof. I don't think they're ready. Are they capable of making anything as good as okay, I'll say it. Civil War and Winter Soldier. I don't know. I don't know. I think they did a great job with Civil War, especially introducing T'Challa. But I don't know if they can pull it off. I don't think so. I could be wrong. If I'm proven wrong, yeah. Just as I was proven wrong with Penguin, I'm looking forward to being proven wrong about this one. But until then, I don't see it. I don't see it. It is time to sign off, ladies and gentlemen. I have been your one and only host, the Cosmic Jedi. Thank you for joining. Signing out. I love doing these. Now, how do I end it without looking like a silly Billy? Where's the end button? There it is. One more time. Deuces, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining Pro Last Media, and thank you for joining Sister Constance, the one and only cheerleader, the one and only cosmic cheerleader. Is that how I end it? Yes, that is how I end it. End transmission.